Bună ziua, bine ați venit. Well, after my last vlog, which kind of went viral for me anyway, I had a couple of requests. One from Silent Viewer to do an update, a second one, a part 2 if you like, and one from someone we'll call the Major, because that's how he terms himself, critiquing the video and saying you need to put more concrete information, how to find somewhere to live, what life's like for a non-EU applicant. So fair enough, yeah, I'll do that. And I'll take you through my experience. This comes with the warning that this is what I went through. It's not what I recommend for anyone else. It's up to you. So, firstly, finding somewhere to live. Well, I'm married to a Romanian, so I didn't need to find somewhere to live. So I've no idea how you find somewhere to live. But if you're looking for a place, I would recommend you look on OLX. And you can find apartments to rent or to buy. I'd recommend you rent first, to be honest, to find the area you want to be in. For a non-EU applicant, well, I am now, but luckily, when I was applying for my permis de ședere, it was in the transition phase of Brexit, so I was able to get in as a pseudo-EU applicant. I'm now a third country applicant, so things will be more difficult, and I'll explain that a little bit later. What you need to do is go online, and this is what I advise the Major to do, rather than watching my vlogs. Go and Google how to obtain permis de ședere temporar sau permanent, or citizenship, if that's what you aim to do. Google it, because it's all there. The Romanian authorities are very clear on their websites, and their website is also in English as well as in Romanian, so that's really helpful. But you need to fill in a form, cerere. Okay, so you fill in a form. You can fill it in online, but then you need to print it out, because they do not accept applications online. You need to keep your entry ticket. Now, if, as I do, you travel to Romania using an online app via the airline, you really need to print that out to prove when you first arrived in Romania. So make sure you do that. Make sure you have your passport. And if you have an old passport, make sure you have that with you, because it will show the number of times you have left Romania. You're only allowed to be out of Romania for 6 months within a 5-year period. So be careful about that. Make sure you have proof of residence. If you're renting a flat, if you've bought a flat, you will have a document to show that. So you need to show where you are living. I'm married to a Romanian, so I needed my wedding certificate. So I took that along, and I needed my wife's buletin with her CNP, her document of residence, if you like. For your first application, you need to make it within 30 days of the end of your visa or the end of your residency, it's normally 90 days. Okay, you're allowed 90 days. So you need to have applied after 60 days. You will need proof of health insurance. Now that's going to be private health insurance, because you won't be eligible for Romanian state insurance until you have your CNP, you have your identity number. So for me, I was lucky. I had a really nice immigration official, and she accepted an EHIC card, which I still had as proof of health insurance. But make sure you have private health insurance. Once you have your number, your CNP, you go along to ANAF and you fill in 2 forms, one for them, one for you, and then you pay 1,980 lei, or about 400 euros. And then you go to CAS, which is the medical insurance, and they will approve you, and then you're allowed to access state health systems and get a family doctor. You may need a casier judiciaire. I've had 2 permis de ședere. One was paper and one was a card, when they changed the system to a card system. Now, for the first one, I didn't need a casier judiciaire. I wasn't asked for it, so that was fantastic. For the second one, I actually had a casier judiciaire because I was thinking of working for a school here, so I went along and got it within 10 minutes of being there. If you're from a third country, you need proof of good health. So that's like a certificate from your family doctor that you're not carrying any infectious diseases like Ebola or something like that. You can get that. It's not a big problem. I didn't need that, so that was good. You need to prove your financial status, that you're not going to leech off the state. So you take along a document which shows what your income is. If you have a pension, take along a P60 that shows what your pension is. You have to prove that you haven't left Romania for 6 months in the period of 5 years. I think I may have said that. So I had to change my passport sort of halfway through, so I bring along my old passport as well. How long does a permis de ședere last? Well, 5 years. You can then apply, after 5 years, you can apply for a permis de ședere permanent. But there's an added complication here, because you need all of the previous documents I've referred to, and you also need a further 3, that will take you to 10 years if you get the permis de ședere permanent. After 3 further years, with that, you can apply for citizenship, where there is a harder language test. You need to learn 4 verses of the Romanian national anthem, and you have various questions on the culture, society, geography, and history of Romania, which is probably fair enough. So 5 years for a permis de ședere temporar, 10 years for permis de ședere permanent, and after 8 years here you can apply for citizenship. Once you get your CNP, it will begin with the number 7, because that means you are a foreigner, you were born abroad. So I hope that answers any questions anyone has. The language test isn't meant to be very demanding. I mean, it's a question of answering some simple questions, and you all should be able to do that if you've lived here for a while. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm probably on about B2 level of Romanian. So if you're thinking of moving to Romania, I hope that's been useful. The details will vary between immigration departments because this is Romania, so some officials will be a bit harsher, some won't be. So I've been here for 5 years and 3 weeks, no, 1 week, sorry. And I'm waiting for my casier judiciaire because the rules have changed, and the rules do change. So don't take everything I've said here for granted as gospel truth, but do check online, and the Romanian officials and the websites are pretty good at updating their requirements. My friend Rich in Constanza wanted to get permanent residency, and it was turned down, I think, for 2 reasons: because his temporary residency hadn't run out, and he didn't know anything about the language test, which is a new feature. So be careful to keep yourself updated on what's going on. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope that's answered Silent Viewer and the Major's questions about how to move here, and best of luck in your endeavours to do so. Right, see you on the next one. Arrivederci.